So Lauren Boebert, and there is
Could happen to anybody.
This could happen to anyone. Also, it has been pretty funny, like watching like Candace Owens has like a new documentary that's just how like Macron's wife's a man.
I know,
because he's been on that. It's almost just like old school bullying.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is sort of, when there was just like, the Me Too started out, and then by the end it was, kind of like you slapped an ass 10 years ago.
Uh-huh.
Or even less than that,
Sure.
Made me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah,
even though we were like dating for 10 years.
Yeah, of course.
My husband made me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. Coerced me into sex.
My husband begged me for sex. Yeah, those ones, right? I think this is that. It started out where it was like, okay, there's like a dude that put on a wig and he's trying to go in the chick's bathroom and stuff like that. And then it's gotten to just like every woman's like, she's a man, baby.
A man. Well, that's her and Nancy Mace are going hard on that whole.
It's old-fashioned bullying,
thing.
dude. That is hilarious. If I just pick a girl and start a fucking YouTube series about how she's a dude, and she's like, I'm not a dude, and you're like, nah, you're.
I don't get it. I thought this is like the country where every minor infraction gets you sued.
Why is she not getting sued?
Like, why isn't like?
Don't you have to be American to sue someone that's American?
I don't think so.
I don't know if you can. Can you sue people across borders that easily?
Question.
I guess if you're the fucking prime minister somewhere, you can probably figure it out.
France, yeah, you can sue. I think he's probably like, that's kind of like even acknowledging this in any way.
No, I think he tried to sue, and that's where it turned to 11.
Oh, okay.
I think that what happened was, she started doing this video about how Macron's a man.
That's like been her main thing besides like.
She's been on this. She's been on Macron's a man. Yeah. Macron's husband's a man. She does look a little weird, but.
Yeah, but she's like, we already went over this. She's like 70.
We have adjudicated this, but it's gotten funnier because literally it's like, and she said that I think what happened was some of the people from Macron, they did try to sue, and they like went to her house to like serve her or something like that, and that's what really turned into 11. She was like, manly behavior. You're just confirming my suspicion.
Yeah, a woman would never sue,
or a woman would never come to the house and fucking. That's what she's saying. Anyways, Boebert basically, it was the plot. I'll tell you what, it was the plot line from. Designated Survivor.
Oh, yeah.
They were actually trans, but Boebert was forced to apologize after a bathroom incident, mistaken identity. Lauren Boebert, who always has good controversies, bangers, made a scene at the Capitol on Thursday after she tried to get a guy kicked out of a woman's bathroom, but it all turned out to be a huge mistake, leaving her scrambling to apologize. But it is basically
she apologized.
Well, it's one of those things where you kind of like, you kick down the door and you're just like, fucking butts, dude.
Yeah.
You know? This person turns
Austin
around.
Powers kind of. Where is it? Where is it?
Yeah, there's a Finkel Einhorn situation.
Chick's just taking a shit.
You sort of kick them in the balls, and then you're just like, and then she's just like, I don't feel anything, and you're like, what? Or Mitt McGruber, where the guy doesn't even have a dick, and he goes, I'm gonna rip your dick off and shove it in your mouth, and then he doesn't even have a dick. It's long gone.
Hey man, I mean, the way that the ground's been laid over the past decade.
Maybe they were like saw someone like peeing standing up. You know what I mean? Like,
dude, I guarantee you,
just heard a trickle and then looked down and the fucking legs are on the
Lauren
ground.
Boebert, she's like this tall. It was just a tall woman.
Yeah,
it was literally that's all it was.
That's
just a really tall woman.
What a nightmare to be a chick that just gets. That's also been adjudicated that there's no one that the trans shit hurt more than tall, busted women.
Oh man,
any sort of a man. You got like a sort of like a chiseled chin.
Yeah. Yeah, and then like you're on dating apps.
Broad shoulders.
Dude, you got to put like your fucking like blood results on like your dating app as one of your photos to just prove that.
Yeah, I know. I give them the
chromosome.
But everyone's, if you're like a tall woman with slightly broad shoulders, any sort of athletic.
You're a man now.
You're a man now, and everyone's giving you sort of the Larry David, like the...
Yeah.
I
mean, can you blame them?
You don't know what's real anymore. You know what I'm thinking about? You know how, like, one of the big things is always the football players will go home with a girl and they'll turn out to be trans and they murder them.
Yeah. That happens.
I think that's happened a couple times.
Sure.
So that is, on the other side, you do have to disclose, ladies. You know what it kind of reminds me of?
And gentlemen.
Yeah. It sort of reminds me of, if you're at a restaurant and you ask for a Diet Coke and they're like, we only have Pepsi. 99% of the time people are going to say, yeah, sure, just bring it, right? Mm-hmm. So if you're a woman that kind of, if that was trans, like most people could tell.
Yeah.
So 90% of the time you probably get back and then you're like, just so you know, I'm a man. And the guy's like, yeah.
I wish you didn't say that.
You think I don't know that? But I think you have to say it where you go, hey, just so you know, we don't have Diet Coke. We're bringing you Pepsi. It's like, Sure.
Yeah.
But I can't. One in a million times, you might bring the guy. You go, I'll have Diet Coke, and then you just bring him Pepsi, and you don't disclose. The guy takes the sip. He goes, "The fuck? I'll kill you."
Yeah, because we're only the coffee. What? Yeah. You lied to me.
What the fuck is this? You know, you go, did you just make me put Pepsi in my mouth? So you have to disclose.
I mean, it seems reasonable.